I feel that though, man. Especially like in like team sports overall, having that one motherfucker who's like the top of the team and like likes to talk shit, it just pushes everybody else up as well. Cause you're just waiting for that day where you can silence them up, man. Dude.
I beat one of them up during practice, and the coach let me. So I was between sad and like angry as fuck, right? And I get to practice. This is during summer, and this motherfucker's at it. Just talking shit. I'm just like, bro, like, not today, man. Like, for real. And he kept at it, and I'm like, dude, if you keep going, if it's not here, it's gonna be out after practice, bro, and I'm gonna beat your ass, bro. Like for real, stop. He kept at it, and then like we had to like practice like driving someone, you know. It's like me against him, and I think the coach did that on purpose, dude. We get in the 3-point stance, like right in front of each other, and he starts talking shit before the coach says, like, blows the whistle, and I just like tackle him back, like he didn't even get to like resist, just went backwards, and I started beating the shit out of him, and no one did anything. They just watched. When I was done, the kid was like, but coach, like, he was like he was hurting me. And he was like, he fucking told you, dude. And he waited to beat the shit out of you when it was part of the drill. He could have beat you up earlier or outside of school, but he waited to do it legally on practice. Well, welcome fucking back, everybody.
What's going on, my guy? What's going on, peeps?
Yeah, man. How's it going, everyone? I hope everyone's having a great summer or winter, depending where you are.
Hell yeah, truth.
I feel like most of our demographic is summer right now, though.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe it's either like Northern Europe. It's either Europe or North America, man.
Right.
For the most part.
Well, I hope whatever time you're going through, you're enjoying it. And if you're not, you're going to get through it.
It's going to get better. It's going to get better, man. Whatever you're going through, you're growing through, man.
Exactly. Welcome back, everyone, to Indicouch podcast. I'm your host, Eddie Fernandez.
Hell yeah, and I'm your other host, Vini MC. And this is the certified chillest smoking sesh online.
You know it. You know it. I haven't seen anyone say that or try to like claim that from us.
Yeah, bro. We have had no counterclaims, man. So I mean, the title sticks so far. Yeah. The title stays.
No one dares.
No, bro. They can't.
Dares to be chiller than us, bro.
Yo, they definitely can't touch this, man. Can't touch this for real.
Can't touch this. Gotta watch it for the copyright, right?
Yeah.
I'm too good at singing, you know. Well, today we've gotten a topic that's not necessarily a summer mood type of topic, but today we're gonna talk about performance anxiety and people. We're not talking about sex necessarily. Maybe too, but like, this is performance anxiety, like in general in life, like in work, in sports and arts and performance and everything. You know, like not just sex. People, we already had the sex episode. Move on.
Hell yeah, man. I know that we be like dabbling in that line and kind of like fucking with, like talking about random shit like that. But yo, get the mind out of the gutter, yo. Yeah. Get your mind out the gutter, people.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yo, but for real though, that is actually the trippy thing, man. That I didn't realize, like when we picked out this topic, that like the majority of the stuff that comes up, if you Google just like performance anxiety, it's all like sex related,
it's
man.
Just sex, man.
And it's usually like from the male perspective about like guys not being able to get it up as well.
Yeah.
Man. Like that's the most common thing that you find.
It's like that psychological erectile dysfunction and shit like that.
True.
That just with anxiety you don't get it hard and shit. But yeah, no, I say that because like also when I googled it, it's just sex, man, and I was like, man, I'm trying to find other shit, bro.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, man.
Truth, dude.
Algorithm be not working, bro.
Or maybe it just be telling us so much more about ourselves than we thought. Yeah.
Right, maybe, but I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah. It's already predicting the future, man.
I'm not ready to be called out like that, bro. Not right now, man.
Still too soon.
I already got enough performance anxiety from other shit.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, man.
Fuck. But yeah, no. Let's talk about like actual performance anxiety. Then, man, like what's an example of like one of some things you've been doing lately that kind of have been giving you.
Well,
that
lately I've been really going through that because I'm like starting new projects with new people, and I like really don't want to fuck it up. You know, like I really wanna like keep up the expectations and like do the job that I've been like saying that I can do, right? And I know I can, but when you have like due lines, like due dates that are coming up, and you have like and you have some obstacles, even though you might be qualified for this job, it gets stressful. You get a little bit scared that you might not get it. And that shit is fucking anxiety provoking, and it gets in your head. It's been in my head 24/7, man. Like I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I still haven't gotten this shit done, and I need to get it done. And like I get up and I'm like thinking about that shit the entire time.
Shit, nah, man, I get it, man. I get it, dude. It's like I feel like it can go like either way, you know. It can either push you to kind of like show you that you're going along the right path, and you're like, yo, man, like this is making me anxious, but it's just like it shows me that like I actually care about this type of feeling,
right?
Or it's like showing you something that you've been kind of like neglecting, and it's just like kind of like beeping in the back of your mind type shit, like yo, remember this little thing, yo, you gotta look at this.
It's weird. I think I've talked about this on another episode about my like highs and lows of my bipolar disorder. Usually when I'm in my highs, I don't get performance anxiety. But the moment I get into my lows, everything feels like too much or impossible. And I'm just like, fuck, like I really gotta do this right. Like I need to get it done. I need to get it done. I need to get it done. I need to get it, and over and over. When I'm in my highs, I'm like, I got this. You know, like this is easy. You know. But yeah, like I'm doing events, and getting an event with big clubs and stuff, it's hard. And that shit, and you got dates and stuff. Summer's running out. And like we need to do it at a certain time, so we have all the tourists in here. And there's a bunch of people in Valencia that want to party, you know. So like in that sense, it's been crazy like that. But not in a way that will like consume me necessarily. It's more like I wake up and I think about it right away, and instead of staying in bed watching memes for an hour, I just get the fuck up. You know, which is good.
It makes you kind of want to move type of shit, right? Yeah, for real. Like
I can't just sit here and do nothing.
I get it, man. Do you ever get paralyzed by that performance anxiety though?
Sometimes,
man?
sometimes I get the urge that I just want to say fuck everything, and like I'ma just like fuck it, man.
Just like throw everything up in the air and just kind of like just hide out like in a corner type of shit. Just lock yourself in your room.
Like and block everyone. That this has to do with and just like go back to my day-to-day life and fuck it, you know. No, but
no, it can get overwhelming for sure, man. Especially when you only looking at when you only analyzing the big picture as a whole thing, and it's just seeing like this one like massive impossible task. It's super easy to get overwhelmed like that, you know. And then breaking it down into like little actionable steps, like okay, what can I achieve like today, or what can I achieve within the next hour to kind of like at least set some things in motion. Right. I feel like that's the kind of thing that like tends to help me whenever I get like kind of that kind of paralysis moments type of feelings,
like baby steps.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. Like when you're not moving at all, when you're completely static, baby steps is better than nothing at all. You know, it's better than staying still.
It's kind of like when people that have issues studying, or they're procrastinating too much.
Yeah.
And it's recommended sometimes to like tell yourself that you're gonna study 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, not an hour, not 2 hours, not half an hour, just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And like you start, maybe you have to read something, and you start reading, and all of a sudden 10 minutes went by and you didn't even notice. And maybe you're interested, and maybe you're like on a roll and stuff, and you can actually, now it doesn't feel that hard to think about an hour of studying, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting you say that, because that's like a technique that's applied for like a lot of people when they're trying to like implement a new hobby into their lives, instead of just being like, yo, I'm a work out like an hour every single day. Like it's a lot easier to be like, I'm gonna work out like 5 minutes a day, and then next week I'm gonna work out for 10 minutes a day, and then you just slowly kind of build that up, you know? Or like for like reading, for example, or for like walking or being like outside type shit, you know?
It's like the people that do like these challenges, like today I'll do 10 push-ups, tomorrow I'll do 15, and then 20, and so on. And like I just saw this in the fucking comedy thing I told you.
Yeah.
I saw this guy that was like doing a challenge, so he gets the attention of a bigger comedian so he could open for him. And he like said to his followers and everyone, like, I'll send a video of me doing push-ups with one more every day to the big comedian until he answers and like books me for his opening, right?
Okay.
And and then like Joe Rogan was on stage, and I was like, all right, do 30 push-ups right now. And he did him, dude. He did 30 and then 40, and then like he actually like did him fast and shit, and I was like, oh shit, nice. Like he's got it down, bro.
Yeah, man. No, man, like that's because like when you're not moving at all, just one little like 1 minute a day extra is much more than zero, you know, type
right,
shit. So
exactly.
It's a lot easier.
Exactly. Yeah, man. What have you been experiencing performance anxiety lately,
bro? Yeah, man. Like I definitely have, bro. Like for me in my case, like I've never had a problem with anything like academic wise. Whenever it came to like big exams or tests and shit like that, I don't know, man. Like my mind has I've never like been worried about it. Whether I study for some shit or not, it's never been something that like I actively worried about. But whenever it came to like either like playing a game, or in more recent terms, like whenever it comes to actually like starting a stream type shit, dude, that anxiety does hit on a constant basis, man. Because it's just like that feeling of you ever heard of the yips?
Yeah, I've heard that term. I don't know what it necessarily means, but like it's kind of like I don't know. I've heard it, and I've heard it being used, and I understand the context. Yeah, I just never been defined the word in itself.
It's just like it's the idea of like it's a sports analogy for like a player that like was hired to do one job and then can do the simplest thing, the basic things about that job. Man.
Okay.
It's illegit. Is just an analogy for like overthinking it, man.
Right.
So like that tends to be the type of anxiety that I get, man. Whenever I'm like trying to play a game or trying to play like volleyball or football type shit, or about to stream, it's like, man, I know that I got this, and I know that ultimately I will be fine, and I'll figure out what to say. Right. But like up until that point where I start speaking, it's just like my heart is just like.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's kind of like the same kind of shit I feel with music when I'm gonna perform live. Because like it's not like a negative, stressful necessarily like anxiety. It's more of it's like a mix of excitement. Yeah. In being impatient a little bit. It's like, dude, I want the day to get here and play.
Yeah, true.
And then there's like my brain is like double checking everything all the time. Like, did I download music today? Yes, I downloaded music. Do I need more music? Did I like pass the music to the USB? Did I do this shit? And like the entire until I get to the date, and I'm just like, all right, let's fucking go. But it's oh shit, it's never been like a negative thing. I do feel more negative with this other thing I'm doing, the events I'm producing. Like that's a little bit more heavy of an anxiety.
Is it to do with experience, you think, or what? Or
no,
just because of the different nature of the content?
It's more of like I'm frustrated with myself in the sense of like, come on, Eddie, you've done this a million times. What am I lacking on right now? You know, like why is this not working when I've done this a million times? And it's not like I'm scared of talking to people or anything, because that's all I gotta do right now, really, just talk to people. But it gets frustrating, because like I know this industry and it's the same everywhere, and like it's hard to like get certain contacts and shit, and that shit becomes like, because like it's almost like club owners are trying to run away from everyone. You know, like it's like
alright, that's cool. That's cool too.
Fuck you. No, but yeah, like it's that kind of shit, that because like now it's things that are out of my control, right? Like if I'm gonna play as a DJ, if I'm gonna sing live or anything, what's like it's all under my control. Like whether my performance is good or bad, it's all on me. So that makes me feel like a lot more relaxed, because I have confidence in my skills, right? But with this shit, it's like I gotta find that motherfucker that will listen to me.
Yeah, right? I mean, yeah. You gotta find somebody that's willing to invest in like
not
your
necessarily
idea.
Like I'm even going like
in the pitch.
Like much like earlier, in the sense of like I need to find someone that's willing to sit the fuck down and talk with me. Like that's because I know that if they sit down and talk with me, they're gonna say yes.
Yeah.
The thing is getting them to say yes to like sit down and talk to me. Or finding them at all, you know. That's the thing. But gotta keep trying, man. Gotta keep trying. And then like once I get it done, like I might just forget about all this anxiety, you know.
Yeah, instantly. For sure. Yeah, that's the thing. Like as soon as you actually like do the thing that was giving you all that anxiety, the feeling afterwards, like the relief and euphoria afterwards, is amazing.
It's
man.
Like fuck yeah,
legit. It's like being on top of the world, man. And then you're like, all right, next challenge.
It's now. Like I walk out of that meeting like walking like with my head high and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
for real.
And spend all my money.
No, but it's also true. Like you can also get addicted to like just the feeling of like achieving your goals, man. That's also fucking dope.
That's kind of what I want to do.
Yeah, man.
But it's been really hard
to be on a constant really productive spree. Yeah, I feel. Yeah.
No, but like also that this whole thing I'm trying to do of like trying to quit shit. But it's really hard. I'm realizing now how much of an addict I am.
All right.
But I mean, like I did before, but I hadn't forgotten, because it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And like now I'm like, oh right, like I'm still an addict. Like I can't forget that.
Yeah.
You know. So like I wanna. I think I told you this already. I wanna train my brain to get a kick from like goal accomplishing.
Yeah.
And not from other things.
Yeah.
But that takes time and like create a habit and shit. But like I want to do that. That way, like if I'm ever sad or if I'm ever like anxious or I'm bored or whatever, my go-to thing is gonna be like let's get some shit done.
Well, I mean, I feel like ideally it's not about how you're feeling, man. It's just about getting used to doing shit done regardless of how you're feeling.
No, yeah, of course.
That's the main thing.
But like I like my brain right now, like it's going for things that are not healthy in order to kill boredom, anxiety, or sadness or stuff like that. Or when I feel lonely, like I go to things that are not solving my problems or helping me at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like the goal is to like switch that and like change those things that my brain goes to, and kind of become like, if I'm gonna be an addict, let's get addicted to good things, right?
Yeah. No, I definitely get you.
Right. And like get a kick from like different things and shit. That's kind of like, I don't know if it's the right thing, but that's kind of like how I see it, you know, like like I want to be addicted to success, you know, like that kind of shit.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Dude, yeah, in the past year or so, I've definitely noticed, like, from a personal basis, that like I've completely shifted my use of like social media overall, like in regards to regardless of the platform. I tend to really barely actually consume content. I'm only really like producing content to like put out and shit like that to social media, and like that's something that I've always kind of wanted to do, to like switch that habit. I've been kind of like happy about like achieving that.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
It's been a nice switch, to be honest.
I think
like, yo,
reacting to things on streams and shit kind of like reaches your content consumption quota of the day.
Yeah, there's also a certain point of that as well. Yeah,
because like when I like these days that I haven't been streaming, I've been consuming a lot more shit on TikTok and stuff. But when I've been streaming, like I don't even want to see my phone. Like I'll answer messages and that's it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. Also, like everything I see on the computer that I'm like, oh, that's cool, I want to watch that. I'm like, okay, let's add it to the stream playlist.
Yeah, also facts. Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I could share this with the followers and shit. Like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. But yeah, it also works as a way to like organize your time, man. So you're actually being like proactive type of shit. Yeah. You know, just like during the day, just like scrolling through like social media. So I say you're like, nah, I'm gonna save this for this specific time. Like that's when I'll be consuming the content anyways.
Or at least like if you're doing it, let's make some money out of it.
There's that as well. There's definitely that to be said about live streaming overall.
Yeah.
Or just content creation, man. It's the idea of it being like a side hustle to kind of allow you to at least make some kind of money out of your hobbies in the long term, you know.
Right.
For the average person, like in the long term term of things, YouTube and things like that would be really like definitely beneficial, man. I would say so.
Yeah, man. I mean, the amount of like YouTubers and streamers that actually do reactions and stuff.
Yeah, no, but like not even that, man. Like let's say your passion is like welding, man. You just really love to weld, dude, and you do that on a regular basis, man. And if you just like include like a camera and you like record what you do on a regular basis, and you post one video a week or even like one video a month, but you keep doing that for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, like eventually you're gonna start like accumulating views. You're gonna start accumulating like followers anyways, because people are gonna want to see that.
True.
And so like in the long term, although it might be like a little bit of money, like not enough for you to become a millionaire, it's still like an extra like stream of income that's been unlocked.
And it's good advertisement. Like if you're a welder, it's not like an industry that's very like on all the social media and shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, right? True.
It's not like we are getting spammed with welding ads, you know?
Yeah.
So like it's also like I mean like whatever you do, if you, as you're saying, if you put a camera in front of it and you start posting shit, it's a way to advertise yourself too. You could attract more businesses, more clients, more whatever, you know. Like there's a lot of woodworkers and, as you said, welders or the people that do shit with clay. Yeah, I'm streaming all the time, and that shit's cool, man.
For real, dude. Yeah, the streaming thing is also true. Like IRL streamings is something that has been popping off lately, and it's kind of like flying under the radar, because IRL is like, streaming in itself is already kind of like a lower. It's not as much of a popular industry as like any other kind of like pre-recorded content industry. Right. But like the IRL thing is another like subcategory of that, but it is popping up, man. Yeah. It is popping up, and people are making a seriously comfortable living just like traveling and streaming basically 24/7.
That is crazy.
It's wild. Yeah, it's wild to believe.
Could it possibly, like, do you think it could possibly like replace like reality shows? Like if you got a motherfucker that's streaming himself, just doing whatever, 24/7, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I could see it replacing like the reality show like TV slots for sure, but like post-recorded content is always going to be around, because people are always going to want to like rewatch it. But I can definitely see them like actually playing like live reality TV shows type of shit instead of just pre-recorded right off the bat.
Right.
That could happen.
But I feel like, for example, okay, like you have Ibai that has done this crazy fucking thing. Broke the world record twice in one stream this time.
Oh, in the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Which is like 3.3 million almost.
Okay.
Views on Twitch.
Okay.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
But this guy was doing something that you would never like see on Twitch or YouTube first. Like it would be more of like a national TV type of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And in that sense, like I feel like the internet is going in a path. Well, it already is with like streaming services like Netflix and shit. It's replacing the TV industry, like completely. But then like as of now, it's been like replacing movies, TV shows, and shit. But like all of a sudden, you're having streamers that are evolving to like talk shows and like different shit, game shows and stuff, and all the shit that's on TV. Now they're doing it on streams and stuff. And like with really elaborate studios and whatever. But like it's like everything's moving to the internet. And I think that like IRLs of people that are really invested on that, you know, like on exposing themselves like that, like that shit, I feel like it could possibly replace this like this demographic of people that just want to see people doing normal stuff. You know, when we see Ozzy Osbourne, we're not seeing anything special. We're just seeing a famous ass motherfucker living his day-to-day life, arguing with his wife, yelling at his kids, and like being fucking crazy like he is. But maybe it's a little bit scripted. We don't know. But like same with the Kardashians and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's all documented and it's all edited and like kind of like flashy in a sense, right? But in Chile also you got these reality shows that are like, I don't know, 10 guys and 10 girls moving to this like big ass fucking house, and they got like all these games and challenges.
Yeah, and like Big Brother type of shit.
Right. And they get eliminated, etc., etc. And like I feel like IRL could also replace that type of shit.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, I feel like we kind of saw the beginning of that kind of happen with when we started seeing like streamer houses or like TikToker houses and like in the YouTube, you know, like when people started like just moving into these massive ass mansions, like where specifically everybody was there to create content.
Right, and it's like your whole team of like different streamers and shit.
Yeah. So I mean that's kind of like one way where that's kind of like starting to go. Like the only difference would be now where like if we're like an entire organization or like one kind of team or corporation to take like a house and just put in a bunch of like put in the people there and just kind of be streaming it like 24/7 doing like live game
labels are doing that nowadays too.
How?
Recording labels, like all the producers and the owners and the managers and everything and like their main artists will move in together into a mansion and just record and work. I see.
I mean, it does make sense, right? Because it's just an environment where you have everything right there and ready for you. So like no excuse not to produce.
And you could do like their own performances there. If it's a mansion, you got the space, you know. Yeah, I have a friend that's, I don't know if he's still living in that mansion, but he did a while ago. Moved in with a label.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I mean, that's a wild.
He got COVID 3 times during the pandemic.
Fuck, dude.
It's like the president of Brazil, bro.
Fuck, my guy. Damn, bro. I mean, by definition, like technicality, I also got COVID like two times during the pandemic, bro, and like nothing.
I think I got COVID one time and I didn't even get tested, so it could have been anything else.
I was tested multiple times. They all said positive, and I was fine, bro. Like there was nothing wrong with me, yo.
No, the time I was a little sick and I couldn't taste or smell anything. That's why I assumed it was COVID. But during the whole pandemic, I got tested a lot and always negative. Because of my grandparents, I got tested a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah, man. But well, going back to to the topic, man.
Yeah. So talking about performance anxiety, my guy.
Have you ever done anything like do you struggle with presenting in front of people?
I do, man. I do. I definitely do a little bit, man. Not to the point where like it like automatically like stop me, or I'll be getting like a full on like panic attack type of shit. But it does like worry me in a sense. And like I found that the main thing that I'm often like really worried about in those scenarios, it's always like just the idea of like just be like talking something and like not knowing what I'm talking about, you know, and then getting called out on it type shit.
Okay.
Like I've been like some of the things I mentioned again. I think in like Pablito's podcast when we were invited over earlier this week.
By the way, people, watch out because like I mean we're gonna have to re-record it.
I mean he's still gonna drop the content, the one that he dropped on Spotify. Yeah, it's gonna be on Spotify for sure. Well,
people, we are on another podcast as guests for the first time.
Hell yeah, we got invited.
As Indicouch, I guess. Like, because it's the two of us as guests.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Spotify and shit. We'll post it on our socials and stuff.
For sure, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. But
anyways, go back to it.
That's what I was talking about, like the idea of like just being like that imposter kind of syndrome, like, kind of feeling.
Okay, get caught on your bullshit.
Yeah, man.
A little bit.
Yeah, even though like normally I don't have any problem like being told that I'm wrong and shit. Like that's not a problem. But just the idea of it coming from like an anonymous kind of source or not knowing where it's gonna come from is like worrying for some reason.
Have you been called out about something on stream?
Yeah, a couple times, man. It
by randos or like your custom followers?
In both scenarios, man. Both scenarios.
Well, getting called out on stream is different. It's not as heavy, I feel. Like if I get called out on stream, it's like I don't see you, right? It's just a text and I'd be like, oh, thanks, man, my bad.
Yeah.
No, but I feel that, man. I mean, like I remember when I used to present in class in college, I would start sweating more than usual. People see me fucking wiping my head and shit now, like
or
like a million times worse, right? By the way, this shirt I put it on right before the stream, and it's already getting wet. I mean, not the stream, this episode.
Yo.
But I would start sweating, and I don't know why, man. And when I was younger, because not anymore. When I was younger, like the typical like awkward stance.
Yeah.
Or like maybe you're like you don't know where to stand or where to move or how to point, so you just kind of like stand there and present. Right? Like I used to struggle with that a lot. And I still kind of do panic a little bit every time I stand in front of people. I'm a lot more used to hide it now.
I feel. Yeah.
But I get panicky a little bit. Like physical symptoms, you know, heavy breathing, sweats, maybe shaky a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I don't know why that is. I guess like there is, because like this is common, right? Like it happens to a lot of people, and there is this like cultural fear of getting called out, I guess, or like getting your flaws pointed out or something, not being perfect in front of others.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know, man, because they're like the idea of not being perfect is not something. It doesn't sound bad, you know, but just the idea of it being in such like a public manner.
Yeah,
I guess you know, because it really is kind of like being vulnerable, like because you're at the center of everybody's attention,
right,
and,
right.
like for like that moment in time type shit.
Yeah,
So
right.
if anybody says something, it's like directly on you to kind of reply now.
Right. Because like for example, like when I played concerts with bands or when I've been DJing, it's actually a little bit easier because it's not like people stop what they're doing to listen to you. In a metal concert, like you go on stage, everyone starts fucking yelling. There's people in the bar drinking. There's people like talking amongst themselves, right? You're not there to necessarily directly interact to them.
Yeah.
And then as a DJ, you just go in, right? and people keep dancing, doing their own shit, hooking up and whatever. And but I remember when I used to play like piano concerts and go on stage, everyone claps, and then quiet.
The dead silence.
It's so quiet that when you sit on the piano bench, you hear the wood like crack.
Yeah, creaking,
and like it echoes all over the fucking venue, and you're just like, fuck.
Yo, one fart and it just goes. Everything is heard.
Right. But on my first performance, I like had the best lesson, I guess. As in like don't let mistakes take you down. Because I remember my first performance ever, I was so nervous, dude. I did not want to go on stage. Like literally someone had to physically push me onto stage.
Yeah.
And I messed up the first song halfway through. Like bad, right? Also, I was 4 years old. So my hands were tiny as fuck.
Yeah.
And I stopped. I looked at the people. Everyone's still quiet. No one saying anything. Like at most, like a.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. And
the fucking crickets in the background, right? Just going.
And and then I looked backstage and my grandpa was there, and he was like, "Go on." And I was like, all right, like, and freaking the fuck out. I just like took a deep breath and kept playing. And then I finished the song and everyone just like clapped and like cheered and everything. And then my grandpa was like, that was amazing. And yeah, man, like that made me lose a little bit, but it took like many tries to actually like, now like I'm not scared of messing up musically, for example.
Yeah.
I'm more scared of like, what if I trip?
Yeah.
You know?
Shit, yo, you see, like that's the actual thing about anxiety, man. I feel like whenever you kind of like conquer one fear, it just puts a new one in front of you, man, because it's just putting up like a bunch of different somewhat possible, somewhat likely like alternatives that could happen, but at the same time they could never ever happen as well.
Right.
And then you just like constantly
you've seen all these videos of like singers that are walking on stage and fall their asses off, bro.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Like for example, there's this Mexican singer that falls and you hear them on the mic like "A la verga." And bro, like I guess like if it happened to me, like nowadays, like if something ridiculous happened to me like that, I probably own up to it.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, all right, like if this gets viral, like at least it's gonna make me famous in some way. Like if it's not too like dignity robbing, you know, like like as long as I can serve my dignity a little bit. Yeah. You know, like if you trip on stage, like it's an accident. You know, it's okay.
It's new. It's different days, yo. Everybody's one YouTube video away from like a stardom, yo. Right. You're one viral video.
I'm waiting for the day that this happens to me where I fall asleep on stream. I know that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I've already done that multiple times, bro.
That hasn't happened to me yet.
I have KO'd several times on stream. Dude, at one point, I just straight up shamelessly pulled out my fucking pillow and I was just like...
No way.
We was watching a movie. We was watching a movie on stream, bro. I was like, yo... I just went over to my bed, pulled out the pillow. I was like, all right, guys, yo, this movie's getting good. Hold up. Just started crying.
No, man.
Yeah, dude.
I've been on the verge of falling asleep. And that's when I go like, all right, guys, I think we're gonna end the stream today. That's it for today. But that day we'll have. I've been there. I've almost fallen asleep driving, which is worse.
Yo, that's sketchy, man. That's actually sketchy.
But I'll as soon as I catch myself like snoozing off, I'll like stop. If there's someone else with me, I'll be like, can you drive? If not, I'll just stop somewhere and take a nap. Yeah. Take a nap and then drive to the next gas station and get a Red Bull, dude.
Yeah, no, for sure. Shit, but yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing about like experiences, though, man. Like when you like, I feel like when you actually just push through that like that initial anxiety, man, and you actually experience something, then it's just you just open yourself up to like new opportunities type of shit. You know, you kind of that's how we ultimately end up growing, man. Figuring out like what's
that's
really
kind
for
of like
us.
the point of like a healthy performance anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I don't know if there's studies that show this, but at least in my experience and like others that have told me, like it's something that as soon as you're doing this thing that you're so scared of fucking up, like as soon as you're actually there doing it, it goes away. Because you're focused on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about all the terrible scenarios.
Yeah.
And it's something that previously should be something that pushes you to like take it as a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm scared to do this. I'm scared that this is gonna happen. All right, let's take the challenge and make sure it doesn't happen. You know, let's practice. Let's double check everything and make sure that this won't happen. And yeah, man, like I think like I've had this talk with a lot of people because like people confuse like the different types of anxiety that there are. And like people feel a little bit anxious or a little bit frustrated about something, and they immediately see that situation as a negative thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not for me. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Oh, I don't deserve this or whatever. You know, like oh no, I got so anxious when I went to this place that I'm never going there ever in my life. You know, like, and that's not good. Obviously, like. It's different when it's extreme cases, you know, like PTSD or shit like that, or like really traumatic experiences. Yes. But like it's for most of the time, the things that we're exposed to are not necessarily damaging to us.
No.
You know, and even if we feel anxious or scared a little bit about it, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It means that we just care about doing it right.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, ultimately, like if you actually look, like actually start analyzing your own emotions and wondering like why is this making you feel this way, oftentimes what you find is that you just actually care about this thing, or like you're actually holding it to like high importance in some regard, like in your own mindset, you know, in your own mind. Like
if like life has anxiety, it's part of it.
Yeah,
let's not like people want to avoid it, and that's not it. You just gotta like if you avoid it, you never learn how to get through it. You know, it's like learning how to swim. The only way you'll learn how to swim is just by jumping in the water. That's it. There's no other way.
Absolutely, man. Just like building up a tolerance, man. You just gotta work your way up, and you know, be chiefing and chiefing. Are you
scared of like? Are you scared of tweaking and throwing up when you smoke? Well, keep smoking, bro. Keep smoking. Keep smoking, and it's gonna go away. I promise.
It's not, yeah, man. Hell yeah, you feel miles better afterwards, man.
Yeah. You feel like you shouldn't drink more? Just go puke, get it over with.
Hell yeah.
And keep drinking, bro.
Hell
the night's young.
Hell yeah, bro.
What is it? Today's Saturday?
Today's Saturday, man.
It's on, man.
Perfect. Yo, perfect.
Well, maybe this will come out another day. But yeah, man.
It'll come out on a Sunday. But anyways, the principle still stands.
Still, man.
The principle still stands. But yo, since we mentioned it, man, speaking of smoking, yo.
Let's hit it, bro. Let's hit it.
Let's get to this. Yeah, it is, yo.
For people that don't know, I keep a coin in my grinder because it helps like shake the keef down, right? Yeah. But I've like in Europe we have these like set coins and shit. But like I've tried with most of the coins from here, and they stick to the magnet, so it don't shake inside, right?
Yeah, fuck it.
So like the coin I have in my grinder is a 10 pesos coin from Chile.
All right.
Which is literally like 1 cent.
Wait, why is it not magnetic though, bro? Is it
I think it's like a brass or something. Like the material is not like a magnetic metal. You know?
Yeah. I'm gonna leave this little bit here. Just if we want to take tokes later.
But yeah, man, like that's you know, I think that what older generations have against like us and like the newer generations, and that they call us like the crystal generation and stuff, it's because like like, okay, like the past generations, our parents and older people, they were never taught to like you should never feel like that. You know, no one ever said that. It's like, dude, just shut up and deal with it. You know, like that's how life is. Someone broke your heart. Tough news, bro. It's gonna happen like 7 more times. Yeah, you know, like so someone like you got rejected. That's how life is, bro. You got fired. Well, next time, don't fuck it up. You know, that's how they were raised. So like, they have no conception of like, oh, I don't want to be stressed. It's like, this is just how it is, right? Now, that's not healthy either. But then like our generation was told like, if you have anxiety, it's because something bad is happening to you. And maybe you should reevaluate what you're doing with your life. Because people are living so stressed that we're getting heart attacks. And it's like, okay, now we're moving to the other extreme. No anxiety at all. And that's not healthy either.
You're supposed to be just coasting and chilling.
Right. Because now you got a whole generation that's got zero tolerance for frustration, bro.
Yeah. And
no coping skills and no like mechanisms to solve problems at all. And that shit's what like the older generations have against us. Because like we're so sensitive to like things that are just day-to-day life. And I've seen it on like, okay, we're not necessarily the youngest, right? Like you're 24, 25, 24?
24, yep.
I'm 26, and like we were raised by Latin American parents, so we weren't necessarily raised the most modern either. So like we got a little bit of that old school touch, right? Yeah. And we are more able to deal with these things. But I when I meet people that are 21, 20 years old or stuff like that, I see it, man. It's like oh my God, like today I went to work and I forgot my fucking water bottle, and like I can't go to work without my water bottle because like and it's like, bro, are you fucking like, you're on the verge of tears, bro? Like, are you serious? You know? And I'm like, wow. Or like I've been working like half of my adulthood in like customer service. Yeah. Do you need a light?
Yeah, actually, that's one thing I'm missing. Didn't think about it before. Yeah, Oh shit. Shit, but yeah, working customer service.
Yeah, and like, okay, like I've worked in bars. I've worked in like not necessarily like fancy restaurants or nice stores, right? I worked in like bohemian places, let's say. I've had my dick grabbed, my ass grabbed. I've been like groped and molested, technically. I've had like people yell at me because they order something and they're so drunk that when I bring it to their table, they're like, I didn't order this shit. And my manager on the other side is like, well, that's not my fucking fault that they're dumb. Just give it to them. And the customers don't want to take it. Now, I've dealt with stupid ass people, or like hearing people say crazy shit, you know, while they're sitting on a table while I'm waiting, right? I'm not saying that necessarily these things are okay. It's not okay, especially the groping part. But like there are certain things that I've learned to either like mute it in my head, or just like ignore it.
Let go, yeah.
Because like first of all, like there's this like false idealization that like younger generations, I feel like they have a goal to reach like a level of humanity where there's no wrong.
Yeah.
There's no bad people. There's no rape. There's no violence. There's no war. There's no killings. No nothing. And that's very unrealistic. I don't think it's possible. Because like
with humanity as it is, I would definitely. Yeah,
I don't think it's possible at all, even in the future, like far future, because unless we live in like a crazy dictatorship, you know, where we got like
scared to do anything,
right?
Yeah.
And even then, there's gonna be like rebels of some sort. There's always people that are going against the rules.
Yeah.
And it's part like I mean like out of 100 people, I don't know the realist statistic, but out of 100 people, there's definitely bad people in there, and you're gonna expect that in 8 billion people in the world, there's no bad people, and you want to like get rid of all the bad people.
No, but not only that. This is like a proven phenomenon. Like the whole thing about like herd mentality is that once you get caught up in just kind of like going with the flow of the group, your very own like moral kind of like line and your very own like morality compass, it shifts along with the group. So as soon as you're used to just going with the flow of the group, you can find yourself doing like choosing like options like, oh yeah, my bad. You can find yourself like choosing to do things that you normally like never do on your own, but you just kind of like went along because you're following the group, man.
Right. No, and there's so many other things. Like for example, like maybe someone from a country moves to another country, and in his home country, certain things are socially accepted, and in this other country, they're not.
Yeah.
And like for example, like I'm bisexual, and if I move to Abu Dhabi in the near future, I cannot do any of that shit because I'll go to prison, get killed or something, I don't know, or kicked out, whatever, like deported. But like it's super illegal over there, you know. And same thing for like when I've opened Tinder with a passport on Abu Dhabi or Dubai and shit like that, the first thing it like pops up a message that says like, by the way, like in these countries, the LGBT community, like it's illegal and like you gotta be careful and blah blah blah.
Oh, dude, damn! You actually get a warning on the apps. Damn, bro, wild! I had no idea.
So that's the thing, and like for me, it's not wrong, right? But if I get there without knowing, maybe like people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, what the fuck? There's two dudes kissing," right? Like in my beach, you know. Shit, so like,
nah, bro, dude, that's fucking wild. I mean, I know, obviously, I know the regime and about the fact that it is definitely like frowned upon. But dude, the thing about the warning is crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy.
That's when that's how I found out. And Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's gotta be pretty strict if like an app like Tinder is warning you.
Yeah.
Because it's not even like necessarily like a gay app, like Grindr. You know, like it's like there's very few gay people on Tinder and shit. Maybe more now because Grindr just sucks. But
nah, but I hear you, man.
Grindr sucks because you don't have to match to talk to people. So you get like 20 dick pics and then one guy that's friendly.
Okay.
Issue with Grindr, you know.
Interesting, bro. There you go. Insights for you, man.
Yeah,
there you go. I had no idea about that.
In Chile, you get like 5 dick pics and then 20 motherfuckers offering you drugs. And they're probably gonna fuck you over.
Oh yeah, right. That's what you told me before, right? That like Grindr is like is essentially used to sell drugs.
It's like half drugs and half just like wild LGBT sex. Like no in between.
No in between, yeah, bro. Just that's trippy.
I had a motherfucker one time that really wanted to hook up with me on Grindr in Chile. Hit me up a bunch of times. I blocked him. Made another profile. Hit me up. I blocked him again. And then again, and then one time this new profile hits me up. It's different pictures and shit. I always ask for pictures.
Yeah.
And we like make plans and shit. I go out of my fucking house. I get in the car and it's the motherfucker I've blocked like 3 times, bro.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay, sketchy, dude. Yeah. That's fucking wild, man.
Now you can report that shit, but it's really easy for him to just make another profile, you know?
Yeah. I mean, all it takes like an email address, an email account.
On Tinder, I feel like that's a little bit more avoidable because like not just anyone can message you.
Yeah, you have to match.
You can also like choose to just see like what is it like like the profiles with the blue check.
No, verified.
Verified, yeah. You can choose that and shit on other websites. Because, like, I mean, apps. Can't do that on. You know, I've had Grindr for a while. I would say, like, 5 years. Same account.
Yeah.
And I think I've only hooked up with 3 or 4 people in it, because like as someone not to experience like in sex, like gay sex, or like non-heterosexual sex, because like I haven't been with too many people or anything. Like I get that sexual performance anxiety, but not just sexual.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Not just sexual. It's just like I've been, like I've some like full on like homosexual people, not bi like me, have like sit in offending intent type of way. Like you're so hetero.
Okay.
And or tell me you're so fucking hetero.
Okay.
And like
I've
I've been a little bit intimidated by that in the like LGBTQ community, in the sense of like most of my life I believed I was heterosexual, right? Yeah. And I acted like it, and I was raised by like old school ways, you know, like if I didn't shake your hand like hard, my grandma would fucking like smack my head, right? If I started talking in a high pitched voice, my grandma would be like, talk like a man. I was 4 and I would be like, okay, grandma, you know, like bro, like you know, like I had to behave like a man. If I cry too much about something, it's like, yo, come on, chill out, you know, you can't no one's gonna want to marry you if you're crying about everything. Yeah. You know, like, so I was raised like that, which I don't mind, you know, like it made me strong, and I'm able to deal with a lot of things, you know, even if I get confused and feel sad, whatever, I'm able to keep going, you know? But like, but some people don't, like, they're kind of like heterophobic.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I mean, I do get it, man. I feel like that's the trippy thing, you know? Like a lot of like any kind of like hetero guy like nowadays, man. If you talk to anybody who's not, man, you kind of get that little like what, you're hetero, like why? almost
yeah,
type of
like,
feeling.
What
man.
do you mean, bro?
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean? Yeah, dude.
It's crazy how like, and I think in the last 5, 6, 7 years, people that have been oppressed and have been fighting for decades to try to get their rights and stuff, which I support, you know, you always get these like people that go to the other extreme, to the opposite side, and it's like as bad, right? I mean, if like from a psychological perspective, though, it makes sense though, because if you look at it, like you're being like silenced for as long as you can remember, right? Since way back when, and then like now you finally like get a chance to actually just, like say something. It's only natural that they want to see like how far, like how, like want to exploit like the extent of that like ability, you know, like. Yeah, but like I think it's we gotta be really careful as a society about people that are going to the other extremes. Yeah, because we're in an era where I think the majority of the people wanna take step forwards and fix things. I think so. I really think so. That the majority of the people do want to move on, especially our generation. Let's forget about grandparents. Yeah. And stuff like that. You know, like people over 50, they're done.
Damn.
But like they already had their time to change the world and make an impact, you know? They can still do it, of course. But like it's our generation that's gonna start doing now because we have a lot more drive.
Yeah, like in the coming future, yes. But for now, like the generation before us, they're still the ones in like government positions. In like
but
top,
I'm not talking about
in top
just
like industry
government.
position, but industry positions as well. Just I'm talking about like any type of like
right.
top
But if
position.
you think about industry positions, even the older people probably work with like a board of CEOs and stuff that probably are younger or have younger lawyers. Have younger like life coaches and shit.
We're starting to see that switch.
And at the end, like those are the motherfuckers that are influencing every decision that 50-year-old CEO is doing. Maybe he has a younger girlfriend.
I mean,
maybe he has a teenage son,
dude. Yeah,
and he wants to be cool. You know, he's going through midlife crisis. Let's get a fucking Corvette.
Yeah, Corvette, man. Get a motorcycle type shit. Shit. I mean, yeah, that would be great. I don't know about that one, man. I feel like I definitely feel like the people on top at the moment, they're already like very much set in their ways, and until we have that full complete switch over, that's like we're not gonna see it. We're not gonna see a big like switch in like.
I mean, it's always gonna be a gradual switch. It's always gonna be like that. It's never gonna happen like ploop, you know. Yeah,
no, for sure. But like within the next 10 to 15 years, then I feel like then we're gonna start seeing some significant change in mindsets.
Yeah, I think that's a realistic number. But we're not gonna notice that much until we like look back at this episode.
Yeah, right.
But you know, save it on your playlist, save it on your likes.
Predictions for the future over here, man.
Right. We're gonna look back, and that's when we're gonna be like, oh, shit, look at how different things were.
Yo, facts.
Yeah,
facts.
Because like, only when I was like already 20 something, I realized how different life is from when I was a kid. And not just because I changed. I'm talking about technology. I'm talking about like schools and education. Like cars, like fucking medicine.
Hell yeah! Like you ever watch? Dude, yeah, you ever like watch a series from like even like as far back as like 2005 even like it looks like a different world, man. Like they're living in a different world. It's wild.
Or dude, like you watch like TV shows like live like TV shows like talk shows and shit or game shows from the early 2000s or maybe the late 90s, bro. And dude, any of those shows would be like canceled in the first fucking minute of it, bro.
Facts, though. Yeah, dude. That's so true.
Like I see some comedians from Chile, like when they were young. This is actually trippy. I found like a box of VHS on the street, and I took it. I watched it. I started watching it. It was a bunch of recorded Chilean TV shows, like talk shows and shit. And I started watching, and the jokes that like, for example, this one guy comedian was saying to like, I don't know, like another lady host, you know? And like, I was like, bro, he said that shit. And everyone in the crowd, and I probably would have left, and I found it funny. Yeah. But like, I know how to differentiate jokes and shit, you know? But like, man, they say that shit like if they said that shit today in the news or something, I'd be like, like holy shit.
dude, the other day on stream I was watching like a Joey Diaz clip from when like your mom's house. It was that type of vibe, bro. The motherfucker was insane, dude. The shit that he was saying was wild. Oh shit. It was so funny as well. Oh,
okay,
shit.
It's all good.
Yeah, trippy. Yeah, dude, but it was legit. It was so fucking funny, man.
Yeah, dude. No, Joey Diaz. It's like,
Coco.
It's all over. Get up, motherfucker.
Talk to me, man. Come on.
No, but he's got like a really low voice. Like he smokes like 20 kilos of tobacco every day for the past like 50 years.
Shit.
I mean, like, no, that's what he sounds like.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I see. Yeah.
I get up and I smoke. And then I go to Joe Rogan and I tell him. Motherfucker, super New York.
Wild. Yo, facts, man. Facts.
Yeah, dude.
Shit, dude. Man, yo, what about in the sense of like sports though, man? Like growing up playing sports in regards to performance anxiety, did you ever experience much of that?
A lot, dude.
Bro.
A lot. Especially
Yeah.
when I played American football.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of my teammates have been playing since like 8 years old.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like a sophomore in high school, so I was like, what, like 15, 16?
Mm-hmm.
I think 15. But yeah, and I started playing with all these kids that are technically like pros next to me. And I have no clue of any. I've never even seen a game.
Yeah.
Right?
Trippy.
So like I don't understand anything, never read, didn't do any like pre-homework or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. My coaches that did like gym class with me, they were like, hey, like you should play football. I was like, really? And it's like, yeah, you have the body and the strength and shit to do it. And like, you're a little bit agile, you're quick, you can do it.
Alright.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, I'll go. That's how I joined, bro.
Shit. And how long did that shit take to figure out what the fuck you were doing, man?
Well, like my sophomore years, I started. Okay, so like freshman year, we have like this mandatory gym class that's like specific things, right?
Mm.
And it's with different teachers and shit, and you got like the freshman teachers, right?
Mm.
But then when you go to sophomore year, you from then and on. Was in my school. I don't know the rest of. You could choose what class, like on every different subject, you had electives.
Mm-hmm.
So for physical education, you had different electives. For math, for language arts, for history, for science, for arts,
Yeah,
and stuff. Like you had all these like big categories, and on each like you had all these options, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I always took strength training, except for when I had to take health, because that was mandatory. Health and yeah, that was it.
Alright.
But yeah, so like in this fucking class, I had like one of the football coaches of the school was the teacher.
Mm.
So like it was strength training, so we were weightlifting and like doing warm-ups and shit and cardio. And sometimes once in a while, if we did well, during the week or whatever, our coach would give us one day where we wouldn't necessarily do any workout and just like play games.
Yeah.
Right? So we started playing like flag football.
Mm.
So they saw me getting on it and shit, and they saw me lifting and whatever. And they also knew my weight and everything from like the beginning of the semester and shit, because we did like checks.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like I played, and some of the teammates were like, dude, like, have you ever played football, man? You should join the team, bro.
Mm.
And then like the coach approached me and said the same thing. And then like same day I just went to the first meeting of the year of the team.
Yeah, man. So yeah, how was that though? Like showing up to the first practice, because everybody already knew what they were doing, right? Like obviously.
Well, first of all, these motherfuckers, like my teammates, some of them were fucking assholes, right? And they were gonna do everything possible to make me feel less.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Try to, at least. And and this is 60 fucking kids, right?
Mm.
So like and also I'm this size, except like without a belly and shit, just muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the third smallest. So let's say I did not necessarily feel like too strong.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I like joined. They gave me my uniform and shit and whatever. And we went to practice, and they were like, "What position do you want to play?" I'm like, I don't know, you know. And they were like,
"What positions are there?" First of all,
right? I was like, "There's positions. We don't just like try to get through." No, but like I knew there were shit. I just like didn't know what positions. And then like they put me as wide receiver. Not a good idea. Failed drastically.
Offense,
yeah. But then with time, I was just like one of the coaches was like during the warm up was like, Eddie, just go with the lineup group. I mean with the lineman group, because like after the first half, every like section would go into separate like practice or training. Yeah. But yeah, man, that shit was fucking scary because like they were bullying me already. I didn't take it as like you know, like I didn't give a shit. But I still didn't want to be that motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
So like I know that like this doesn't work for most people, but like for me, my bullies in a way made me want to like do a lot of things that maybe I would have never done myself, you know, like wanting to be better at certain things, you know.
For sure.
So like yeah, like I just like went with the lineman until like I got better than the motherfuckers that were annoying me in 2 years. You know, well 1 year, 1 season, and then the second season I came in strong, you know. Until I got injured.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, but I feel that though, man. Especially like in like team sports overall, having that one motherfucker who's like on top, like at the top of the team and like likes to talk shit. It just pushes a lot of people, like everybody else, up as well. Cause you're just waiting for that day where you can silence them up, man. When you're like, oh, dude, let me give you a taste of your own medicine.
Actually,
for a second, dude.
I beat one of them up during practice, and the coach let me.
Oh shit.
But it's because like he was annoying me, and that day I was actually having like a really, really bad day. So I was in between sad and like angry as fuck, right? And I get to practice. This is during summer, so it was like from 8 a.m. to like 3 p.m. And
fuck, dude.
Right, so I have to spend all day with these motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
And this motherfucker's at it. Just talking shit. I'm just like, bro, like, not today, man. Like, for real. Not today. Like, this, like, I'm telling you, bro. And he kept at it, and I'm like, dude, if you keep going, like, if it's not here, it's going to be out after practice, bro, and I'm going to beat your ass, bro. Like, for real, stop. No one in my school knew that I was affiliated with, like, crazy-ass people, right? Because I kept that shit low-key.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like then he kept at it, and then like we had to like practice like driving someone, you know. So it's like me against him, and I think the coach did that on purpose, dude. Anyways, like. Yeah,
it just so happened to be like come up that way.
Because like the coach obviously was hearing us go back and forth, like like fuck you, and it's like, dude, like stop your shit, right? Like so, like, so we go and like we get in the 3-point stance, like right in front of each other, ready to just like start pushing. And he starts talking shit before the coach says like blows the whistle. So he starts talking shit like right here, right to my face. And I just like tackle him back, like he didn't even get to like resist. It just went backwards, and I started beating the shit out of him, and no one did anything. They just watched. And then like when I stopped, like eventually, like the coach was like, all right, you know, like let me hit him a few times, you know. But like not like he didn't want me to kill him, of course, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, let's not get sued over here, you know. But yeah, dude,
just gotta let him fight it out for a second.
Right. And then like when I was done, And the kid was like, but coach, like, he was hurting me. And he was like, he fucking told you. He fucking told you, dude. And he waited to beat the shit out of you when it was part of the drill. He could have beat you up earlier or outside of school, but he waited to do it legally on practice.
Hell yeah, man. No, respect. Yeah, respect for the guy. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Dude, my coaches were cool.
Shit.
We're cool.
Shit. Man, dude, one of the things that I realized about like performance anxiety, though, just going back to the main topic real quick, is that like dude, when it comes to like working out at the gym, man, a lot of people like have a lot of anxiety going there for the first time, man. Which is something that like at least for me it was kind of a shock. Did
you go alone the first time?
Me personally, no. Nah, dude. What happened was I had like one of the like PE units.
Yep.
One of the PE units was what's it called? It was like weightlifting and shit like that. So
strength
like
training.
Okay. So basically like I that's how I learned all the basics.
All right.
And then from then I kind of just kind of got hooked, and that was just I started going with like one friend and another and then another,
right,
until I learned enough to kind of go by myself.
Right.
But yeah, man, dude, like when I was talking about this topic with people, like a lot of them told me, like started talking to me about going to the gym for the first time. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense since it's just like a closed space where just everybody's like watching everybody.
Right.
But not really though. Like when you really know what's going on, when you actually like used to the situation, I feel like, because you just kind of like you sit there and you just in your head, like you're looking forward, but you don't really see what's in front of you most of the time when at the gym. At least that's kind of how I be, you know.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're focused on other shit. To me, at least, like the gym is. I mean, like the first time I ever went to a gym to like lift weights and shit, I was like in 8th grade. Before I moved to Chile, to the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 8th grade? Yeah. So I was pretty young, but I started with a personal trainer in a gym that was near my grandparents' house.
Oh, nice.
So like, so yeah, man, I like went there. There were a bunch of. I was a little bit scared and intimidated because I was like a kid, you know. With like 13, and but the coach was cool. I mean, the personal trainer was cool, and you know they know how to do their fucking job. They've done this a million times, and they're like, yeah, man, like, dude, you're doing great. You know, like, hey, man, like, don't worry about it. You know, like, just go for it, man. You know, like, and that was cool. But like, no, I never felt like performance anxiety in the gym or working out, really. Just with like football, because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But like even snowboarding or doing shit like that, I don't care, because like who's gonna be fucking like watching me and evaluating me how I come down the fucking volcano in a snowboard, you know?
Yeah, I feel that, man. Like growing up playing like European football, at least, and like volleyball, which is, it's more like a spectator sport. I don't know, it never really bothered me too much having like spectators there, but like in terms of like when they were like random people.
Right.
But I don't know, man. Like I always did kind of get nervous whenever like I decided to invite somebody to like watch the games type shit, man. It was always in that sense. It was always like an extra amount of pressure, man. It's particularly for football, man, because I would play like in defense, so like I would always be like the last man like standing essentially, even. So
no,
if I fucked up, then
football,
it was like essentially
like at least in Latin
it,
America, for me, like. Kids are fucking rough, bro. Like if you fuck it up, it's like, fucking Beanie, bro. What the fuck, dude? You fucking suck dick, bro. Yeah, dude.
Motherfucker, bro. It's life or death, bro. It don't matter what it is, bro.
And you're playing like in the backyard, you know, like, with some friends. You know. No, yeah, man. That was actually kind of like. That was one of the reasons I like never played too much, because I didn't care enough to like go through that.
Nah, dude, but like that's the thing, bro. Cause you see that, man. But then all you have to do is like do that one good play, bro, and then you're a fucking hero, man. Like, dude, the
but like
team
I
loves
didn't
you,
care
my guy.
about getting good at football. That's the thing.
I feel.
Because like I don't care about running, bro. That's why I played American football as lineman. I don't run.
I don't run.
You know. and I did kickoff return because I don't run either. I just block.
Stand my ground and fight, man.
Right. So like that's my shit. You know, I can be explosively strong. I have like I can do like short sprints and shit. Like I can run. If the cops are behind me, I can fucking run. But like, or if it's for my life too, I guess.
Yeah.
Same shit. But no, but I cannot. I like. I'll do cardio running 10 minutes. That's it. That's it. I'd rather do elliptic or bike or walk 40,000 hours if you want me to. But
I mean, if it's just running pointlessly, then I get it. But it's not running aimlessly. It's like only running when in a specific, when the ball is like in your specific region type of shit, man. Which is what I like about like.
But like I remember
what I like about football in comparison to just like marathon or sprints.
No,
or
yeah.
Kind of,
but that's the thing. Like I remember that the like normal football team in my school practiced on the fields next to ours.
Yeah.
And at the same time.
Yeah.
And literally while we were doing like intensive like drills to fucking like be stronger and quicker and more explosive and like doing crazy fucking like station drills and shit and like and rotate and like then go through the place and beat the shit out of each other all fucking like for 3 hours at least. The motherfuckers in the football field, they were running laps.
What, for 3 hours?
Running laps at the beginning, and then like they like did like shooting like and aiming and shit or blocking or whatever. And or like bring the ball from this fucking cone to this cone and then do like this thing from this cone to this cone.
Yeah, that's control.
Right. Like so like all types of shit, but all the time just running, and then at the end more running.
I mean, yeah, that sounds.
And I was like, like no, not for me.
Dude, that's just the practice though. That's the thing.
I know.
You only run like that like hell in practice.
I mean, dude,
so that you don't get fucked over during the games.
But bro, okay, you look at like football, like American football players, and you look at the positions that do run. They got strong legs, but they're usually really skinny, bro.
Yeah.
But you look at soccer players' legs, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you look at these pictures that are taken at the right moment, where like for example, this foot just landed on the ground and this one is about to kick. Yeah. You look at their muscles on this leg that just
yeah, dude.
Or the one that's
bulging.
like charging forward, bro. It's insane, dude. Like
hell yeah, bro.
And that's all running, bro. Because
no,
like even the game itself,
bro.
even the game itself,
not.
dude. Like you watch a game, and like okay, like I never ran in football, in American football. Never, bro.
Yeah.
And like these motherfuckers, like every game you run at least half of the game, or around half of the game you run it. You're running and running and sprinting and running and sprinting and then walking and then like sprinting and running and then like.
I mean, dude, when they say like 90 minutes, it is essentially 90 minutes of playing time, dude. Like with the ball going. That's what it's supposed to be in theory, dude.
Right.
But yo, dude, here's the thing though. Like, it's not like you can't get like muscle definition and muscle like size like that with just pure running.
No,
like, you need some serious like conditioning and strength, weightlifting and like strength training as well.
Of course, bro.
That.
Like pretty much every sport, especially if you want to get that pro, it's gonna go with strength training and weightlifting. Yeah, but like, dude, what the constant running during practice does is essentially make sure that like you can keep up the pace of the 90-minute game
with no problem, man. Because that's what you need to. That's what you need to do as like a professional player, man. You need to keep up with. You need to be able to play 90 minutes of constant, like ongoing, like football. Dude, you're not gonna be able to be heard, bro.
This is my thing too. Is that like,
cheers, man.
I don't like it first, but also like,
Whoa, that was close.
The size of my legs, they're short, and compared to my body weight, and the size of my feet, because I'm like a 43. 42, 43. Like I don't like doing like agile sports. You know, I don't like rugby.
Yeah, I mean I never tried rugby, so
I'll play it once in a while, but like I don't really like it that much. It's a lot more running than what I like.
Yeah, man, running is really the issue with you, man. Like,
literally, I'll do any.
Man.
Dude, I do snowboarding. I do downhill. I do fucking skiing. I do like what's this other thing? I used to do like track and field. I've participated on some sprints. And that'll do like 40-yard. 60 yard.
Yeah, I mean I've tried track and field before as
and
well,
also,
man. It's no
but
fun.
I've done
dude.
like
really no
like
fun.
Ball throwing and shit like that.
Yeah, shot put.
Yeah.
I've done ball toss.
Yeah. You know, throwing rocks and shit. No, but yeah, that's shit I'll do. I'm even more willing to play basketball than soccer or football.
Oh shit, I feel that. I don't know, man. Dude, basketball never really appealed to me, man. I tried it for a little bit in like freshman year just to see what it was like, and then I was like, nah, I really don't like it, man. I don't know, but and it is also
a lot of running.
It is a fuckload of running, dude, and like in that kind of like like indoor football, like futsal type of shit. Because the ball never fucking stops, and it's like you're essentially you can play in any damn position almost.
Right.
Almost you can, yeah. So yeah, it is a lot more dynamic because you just compacted into this tiny little field.
Yeah.
Or like
also that's the other thing about size of the fields, dude. Like a soccer field is underratedly big, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucking big, man.
And the other thing, dude,
the
like
official field is pretty large.
You gotta think that the 2 years I played football, American football, our punishment was running. So that's how it's in my head now.
Yeah,
you know,
I get that. Dude, that also makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, to be fair, that was also a lot of the punishment that I did in my years playing football, like European football as well, man. If you fuck up,
one of you fuck up,
score,
and the whole team runs and everyone hates you. You're getting your ass beat. Should we take another?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, we can definitely do that. But I was actually gonna say, yo, maybe we can
call it.
Yeah, we can call it an episode over here, man. Like if we covered a pretty good range of topics
today.
Should
we take one last hit for the fans and then we go?
Let's run it, man. Hell yeah, just man. A little goodbye rip. Right. For sure. Let's go. I like that. I like that idea. Shit. Man, but yo, one of the things, like, since we're talking about sports a lot, like, one of the things that's been going on lately and that I'm actually hella excited about is we started to get a group together to play volleyball, like, at the beach, man, on a more regular basis. And dude, that is a sport that I've been like really like craving playing again, man. So yeah, I'm excited about like starting to do that on a more consistent basis and actually like get good at it again. Maybe not good, but at least get decent at it again, man. Cause that was, it's a fun ass time, bro. Like volleyball is such a fun sport to play. Yeah,
man, dude, that's cool, man. I actually used to go to my school games of volleyball all the time to watch. I think it's a really cool sport, but that's a sport that like my body is not made for, bro. Like my agility levels are so low. Like for example, like I am agile, but only if it's meant to be uncontrollably strong. So like for example, when the whistle blew on football, it was explosion. You know, just let all your strength out.
One direction, just kind of like
and
one go.
Let it all out.
Okay.
In other sports with more agility, it is a pretty strong movement, but like it's more like calculated in a way. You know, like in football, they teach you like to go max. Don't calculate shit. Just go. You know.
Interesting, man. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. It's definitely different for sure.
Just charge and fucking charge. If you're a lineman, charge and charge and charge, bro. Break that fucking wall. Move him. I mean, it's like that giant metal structure that like they push. You know, that's what we gotta do. If you hear it, it's just me spacing out onto you hitting that ball.
Ooh.
How was that?
For real. Damn, that was a nice hit, man.
Yeah, man.
Damn, that was smooth, dude.
I was going to say that if you hear the mics of a football game of the lineman,
yeah,
like the field mics or whatever, all you hear is like, that's all you hear. Just grunting and grunting and
impacts,
grunting.
Yeah, from just
impact, and then also like, just like in some martial arts that they teach you to like yell when you hit. It's kind of the same thing too.
I get it.
It gets to a point where in the game you're so fired up that you scream.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's just like kind of like at the gym, you kind of you learn to like release air as you're doing the most like muscle exertion,
right?
Because that also helps to increase the amount of force that you can excrete with your muscle.
Right.
So yeah, definitely see that, and yeah, that's hence why you get like people like screaming their lungs off at the gym, bro.
Yeah.
As well. Shit. But yo, that hit went straight in my head. I'm feeling spaced as a motherfucking spaced as a motherfucking cake over here. Nah, man, baked as a cake.
Well,
shit.
people,
I'm
thank you for joining us today in the sesh.
Hell yeah.
It's been really chill.
It's been dope as fuck, man. It's been dope catching up, man. We gotta get this going more often, yo. We gotta make it a weekly basis.
Yeah,
type
man.
Of thing
Let's
again.
get back to it.
For sure.
Hell
yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yo, if y'all got any comments, any ideas for the future topics, definitely like let us know in the comments down below. That would be much appreciated. For sure.
Yeah, man. Well, people, thanks for the toke. And yeah, follow us and all that shit.
Yeah, man, on the individual social
it.
medias for sure. Hell yeah.
I ain't gonna spam you every episode.
Links in the description and everything. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for stopping by, yo.
Peace out.